Right. Good afternoon, everyone. What is the last concept? Test plan, right? Okay. Online students, is there the screen is visible? Online students can respond in the chat window. All the online students can respond in the chat window. Okay, right. Let's complete with the other things. So we have been taking care about in implementing this particular test plan, right? So the one we have been taking care about in implementing with the test plan, this particular test plan. Who will prepare the test plan? Who will prepare the test plan? Test lead. So the test lead has been taking care about in preparing with this particular test plan here. This particular test lead need to be get prepared with the test plan. To prepare that particular test plan, need to be get taking care about this particular entry criteria and then considering that exit criteria. The test lead has to be taking care about entry criteria and then exit criteria. Based on that, he need to be get coming up with in preparing with the test plan. In that, as simple as the meaning of as simple as this particular one, the meaning of entry criteria. What is the meaning of entry criteria? What is the meaning of entry criteria? Reference documents. The meaning of entry criteria, we need to be get mentioning the reference documents here. As simple as the documents to be referred to perform that particular activity. At the same time, you got exit criteria. What is the meaning of exit criteria? Result or output related to that particular one. What exactly that result has been there, output has been there, need to be get provided. Considering this particular test plan, if we get look into test plan, as part of this particular test plan, as part of the test plan, entry criteria. What is the first document need to refer? Approved PMP. The very first document we need to be get mentioning the approved PMP. What is the meaning of PMP? Project Management Plan. Who will prepare the PMP document? Who will prepare? Project Manager. So project manager has been taking care about in preparing this particular PMP document. Once that particular PMP document has been prepared, as a test lead need to be get taken care about this particular test lead. The test lead need to be get taken care about entry and exit criteria. This particular test lead, while preparing with the test plan, he will refer PMP document. What is another document? Approved SRS. He need to be get taking care about referring with SRS document. What is another document? What is the next one? Test plan guidelines. Meaning of the guidelines? Rules and regulations. What is the last one? Test plan template. Meaning of the template? Format here. This particular test lead need to be get taken care about in referring with all these things and need to be get prepared that particular test plan here. Once that particular test plan has been prepared, that particular test plan need to be get reviewed and it's need to be take with approved. that you are considering the exit criteria for test plan here. So as simple as you need to be taking care about in having with entry criteria and then taking with exit criteria. Based on that, you need to be taking care about. Based on that, you need to be taking care about in preparing the test plan. While preparing this particular test plan, you need to be taking care about in providing the required points here. In that, we need to be taking care about in having with the very first point here. What is the first point it got provided? Considering the introduction here. The very first point we need to be mentioning the introduction. Considering that what exactly the test plan has been related to. So what exactly that test plan is related to, it need to be provide that particular introduction. After that, need to be take with the objective, what exactly the purpose of, what exactly that particular test plan need to be prepared. As simple as why exactly the test plan need to be prepared, that need to be provided. At the same time, we got the second point. What is the second point we got? Scope of the document. Considering that what exactly the purpose of that particular test plan. So what exactly the purpose of that particular test plan need to be provided. Apart from that, you got test strategy. As we mentioned, test plan is totally different. Test strategy is totally different. What is the general meaning of test strategy? The general meaning of test strategy? Procedure, or you can consider that process to perform or to complete that particular activity. What is the procedure? What is the process need to be followed? That you are considering the test strategy. So the meaning of test strategy with the respect of testing need to be coming up with what kind of types of testing need to be done based on that particular project requirement, or as part of that particular project requirement, what are all different types of testings need to be done, need to be provided as part of test strategy. So in a very simple way, test plan can be applied for multiple projects. Test strategy can be applied for that particular respective project here. So that is what we got, test strategy. Test plan is totally different. Test strategy is totally different. Not like both are same here. There is no way of connectivity. Looks like both are similar. Looks like both are similar, but not like in a same here. So as part of test strategy need to be provided. As part of the test strategy, it's need to be provided. What are all the things need to be done? So that will be considering the test strategy. After that, it will be taking with environment requirements. So this particular environment requirements, as simple as we got an option of environment or environment. What is the meaning of this? The meaning of environment. No. The meaning of environment is in which environment we have to test the application. If we're considering with the application, in which environment we have to test it. As simple as when you are considering real-time perspective, as a test lead, he need to be get informed to the tester or need to be provided in the tester plan in which environment need to be get test that application. In a simple way, you will be having dev environment will be there. Right. See that. The one will be considering the dev environment in a similar way, which will be getting considering the testing environment. After that, we can mention the live environment or production environment. The meaning of these particular statement, is indirectly you can consider the URL here. As simple as the best example, you guys are accessing the Gmail application. How you are accessing the Gmail application? With the help of Gmail application. How we are accessing Gmail application? With the help of URL. First you are entering with the URL. Let's take with Amazon application. How you are accessing Amazon application? Which you are entering with the URL. Flipkart application. First you are entering the URL. Whatever the URL you are using, which we can consider the live URL. The Gmail or considering that particular Gmail or considering the development or taking with any application, they will maintain development URL, testing URL, live URL will be there. Because in the live URL, directly we cannot do the modification. Because of that, as part of the test plan, this particular test lead need to be provide with the details of in which environment it has to be tested. So the one will be considering the dev environment and then testing environment and then considering the live environment or production. Okay. In a simple way, having with the next option. What is the next option? What is it? Test schedule. Meaning of the schedule? Timetable. I mean, we can say that timelines here. The meaning of schedule rather than timetable, we can use the terminology is timelines here. Considering that when testing need to be started, when testing need to be completed, or in case of this particular test scenarios, when we need to be start with test scenarios, when we have to complete. In case of the test cases, when we have to start with the test cases and when it has to be completed. So that it's need to be get start taking with test schedule. The meaning of test schedule in a simple way, we can considering the timelines here. That particular timelines providing the information of when it has to be get started, all that particular respective activity. Considering the testing, when it has to be start with the testing and when it has to be completed. Test scenarios, when it has to be started and when it has to be completed. Test cases, when it has to be started and when it has to be complete, or execution, whatever it can be. As simple as this particular test schedule, you need to be taking care about timelines here. All these information taking care by test lead only. You never prepare any of the test plan. Here, all these particular things need to be taken care by the test lead. Then we got sixth point. What is the sixth point we got? Control procedure. Under that, what are the options we got? Review and then taking with bug review. So two things we got. The one you will be considering the review and the one you will be considering the bug review. Related to this, you will be getting with a very general question. There is a chance of interviewer will be asking in a question. In a very simple way, he will be asking with the question on which basis he will be doing with the testing. The interviewer is asking in a question. The very simple question he was asking, on which basis he will be doing with the testing. So on which basis he will do? On which basis he will do the testing? Testing then చేసుకొని perform చేయాలి. Based on client requirement. As simple as based on requirement documents. As simple as based on requirement documents, taking care about doing with the testing. That part is perfectly okay. So that is done. Now, interviewer is asking one more question. What is the previous question? On which basis he will be doing with the testing? So what will be the answer? Based on client requirements or based on requirement documents. Done. Now, see the question. Another simple question interviewer was asking that, okay, you are doing the testing based on requirement document. Perfectly okay. That is perfectly okay. Now the question is, you are doing the testing based on requirement document. Perfectly okay. But the question is, how you will confirm? See the question. How you will confirm or how you will decide you have been tested all the functionalities. The one question is, on which basis you are testing? Based on requirement document. Perfectly done. Now the question is, how you are confirming, how you are deciding, yes, I tested all the requirements. So how you will decide on it or how you will confirm on it? What is it? Getting the question or not? What is the question? How you will be confirming you have been tested all the functionalities provided in the requirement document. So you have to give the confirmation saying that, yes, I got tested all the requirements provided in the document. So how you will confirm that? SRS is the requirement document. But how you are deciding, confirming you tested all the requirements? Bug report is identifying the bugs. Expect out output, that is your confirming working or not. What is it? What is it? Reviews here. By having with the reviews, you will be confirming that you have been tested all the functionality. Because of that, when you're working in the real time, if you take with the real time, in that particular real time, you will be having with first review. According to the real time, you will be having with first review, mentioning the peer review. What is the first one? What is the first one? Peer review. Meaning of that? Meaning of peer review? Did not heard, huh? As simple as the meaning of peer review is colleague review or team member. You guys are working in the real time. When you're working in the real time, whoever the team has been available, that particular team will make in a shuffle and doing with the review. That plan done by the test lead. Test lead will say that tester 1, do the review of tester 3. Tester 3, do the review of tester 5. That plan done by the test lead only. But having with the first review. What is the first review? What is the first review? Peer review. The very first review done is peer review. What is the meaning of the peer review? Colleague review or team member. Colleague review or team member of the same project, related to that particular project, that particular same member, that particular same team member doing with the review. So as simple as considering that the meaning of peer review is colleague review or team member review, we are considering that peer review. So here we can identify in case of any functionalities has been missed. Apart from that, you will be taking with another review. That particular review, considering the senior tester. So another review, senior tester. What is the first review? What is the first review? Peer review. What is another one? Senior tester. And then you will be taking with the last one, that you will be mentioning about considering the test lead. So what is the last one here? Test lead. Test lead will be doing with the review and they will approve. So totally how many levels of reviews we got? How many levels we got? 3 levels we got. So in the 3 levels we were doing with the review and got identifying that in case of any functionalities has been missed out. As we are identifying these particular reviews, definitely we can confirm that we have been testing with all the functionalities here. So this is what we will be having the chance of taking the review. So as a test lead, he need to be clearly mentioned that what are the reviews need to be followed. So as simple as doing with the review, under the review. What is the first review we got? What is the first one? Peer review. Meaning of the peer review? Colleague review or team member review. What is another one? What is it? Senior tester. What is another one? Test lead here. So test lead will be taking with the final review and test lead will be giving with the approve on it. Apart from that, taking care about bug review also. Apart from that, taking care about bug review also. Initially, when you're new to the project, when you guys are new to the project, you cannot identify proper bugs or not. Because of that, what test lead will be doing in the starting stages, to confirm that, to have a confirmation whether you have been identified proper bugs or not, the test lead has to be taking care about doing with the review. What is that review? Bug review. See the whole concepts here. First step. What is the first step? What is the first step? Introduction. Need to be provide introduction of the test plan. What is the next one? Test plan objective. So why exactly the test plan need to be prepared? We need to be get mentioning that. Then we got scope of the document, considering the purpose of the document. Then we will be taking with test strategy. So what is the meaning of test strategy? I mean, as part of testing. The general meaning is procedure according to the testing. What kind of testing types need to be performed related to that particular testing, related to that particular project, what kind of different testings need to be done. And then we got environment. What are the environment? What are the environments we got? What are the environments we got? Dev environment, testing environment, live environment or production. That we will be taking with environment. What is the next one? Test schedule. Meaning of the test schedule? Meaning of the test schedule. Timelines here. Okay. And after that, which you will be taking with, which it will be having with this particular control procedure. So this particular procedure, you got in two things here. Review, bug review. Under the review, what is the first review? Peer review. Meaning of the peer review? Colleagues or team member. Once that level is done, what is the next level? Senior tester. Once it is done, what is the next level? What is it? Test lead. So test lead will be taking with final review and approved. In a similar way, bugs also. Whatever the bugs has been identified, whatever the bugs has been identified, either it has been identified in proper way or not. Then you will be taking with next option. So make a note of this. Yesterday you done up to 6.2, right? Done or not? Just continue that. Just continue that. Make a note of that 7th to 14th. Online students also make a note of those particular points up to 14. Why number of absentees are increasing it? The people got learn testing, huh? Raksha Bandhan. No holidays, guys. But tomorrow is the holiday. Tomorrow there is no session. I mean, my session. My session will not be there. Only for tomorrow. Day after tomorrow it will continue. Only tomorrow my session will not be there. Online students also. Online students also. Tomorrow my session will not be there. So other things you can cross check that. But day after tomorrow it will be continued regularly. All the online students also make a note of up to that particular one. Done? Right. Just continue the same. Just continue the same up to this 20. Just continue the same up to 20. Just complete that up to 20. How many hours you guys are sleeping? 6 hours, huh? 4 hours, huh? Your faces are not showing 6 hours, guys. Don't sleep more than 6 hours, guys. Huh? But the very first question is, without having the job, how come you are sleeping at? There is no job, sir. That is the reason we are sleeping, sir. After getting in a job, we can't sleep, sir. Because of that, now only we are sleeping, sir. Yes, sir. Should not be sleeping, guys. Huh? Don't waste with the time in the sleeping. Okay, done? Right. Let's complete on this. See the 7th point. So what is the 7th point? What is it? Functions to be tested. What is the 8th one? Functions not to be tested. The meaning of the statement is, like the meaning of functions is, it's not like what is a particular functionality. The example of applications, you will have Windows applications, web-based applications, mobile applications. Some of the clients, they will be expecting their application need to be get tested on browser, web-based application. The same application need to be get tested on mobile also. Two things they require. They want to be tested in browser, at the same time they want to be get tested in mobile also. Some clients will be there. They are not worried about with the mobile. They are making sure that need to be get. They have been making sure that considering that working with only browser, not like related to mobile. At that particular time, the test lead will be mentioning that functions to be tested, browser, functions not to be tested, mobile. So the meaning is the whole application need to be get tested in the browser, not required to be tested in that, not required to be tested in that particular mobile here. So that is how, what are the things need to be tested, what are the things not required to test it. Okay, so what are the things we require to test it, and what are the things not required to test it need to be get provided. So the test lead will be taking care about, the test lead will take care about having with all these particular details. And then we got this particular 9th point. What is that it got mentioned? Resources and responsibilities. Meaning of resources? Resources, not materials. Employees. The meaning of resources is employees. According to the IT terminology, rather than using the terminology of employee, always they will try to use like resource. That is how IT terminology will be there. Employee only. Rather than calling as employee, the manager will be informing to HR team, I require 10 resources, I require 5 resources. These resources are working on this project, this particular resource working on another project. The terminology of resource, what is the meaning of resource? Employee. So to complete that particular project, how many employees has been required and what are all their responsibility? As simple as a fresher level, what need to be done, or as an experience level, what need to be done. What are all their responsibilities need to be get provided. So the one will be considering the resources and then considering the responsibilities. Okay. And then we got 10th one. What is the 10th point we got? Deliverables and milestones. Meaning of the deliverables? As simple as the best example. Assume that you've done with the purchasing mobile in online. You have been order the mobile in online. You will be getting with the mobile. Mobile will be delivered. Along with the mobile, what you will get? What you will get? Bill, very perfect. Bill you will get. Charger, okay. Cable, okay, very perfect. Manual. So along with all these things, you will get manual. Even though you will not be reading it, if you read also, you will not understand it. You never open that manual also here. Will you open that manual? You never open that manual. You are purchasing with the mobile. Once you are purchasing with the mobile, along with the mobile, manual also delivered. At the same time, whenever you are considering IT, once your testing has been completed, that particular project, you are hand over to the client. You are giving to the client. When you are giving the project to the client, along with the project, similar to user manual related to that particular project, all the documents need to be get delivered here. I mean, as simple as requirement documents need to deliver, scenario document, test cases document, bug reporting document, or any other thing related to that particular project, whatever the documents are there need to be get document. Whatever the documents are there need to be get document or need to deliver all that particular documents. So test lead need to be provide this information. So when project has been delivered, when our testing has been completed, along with the project, these are all the documents need to be get delivered here. So considering the deliverables here, the meaning of deliverables along with the project, what kind of documents need to be get delivered. Okay. Then taking with milestones here. The meaning of milestones? Achievements. The meaning of milestones, it can, it's for the targets, what are the targets it got achieved. In general, when you guys are doing with the BTech, you will be having the target. What will be the target? Complete your BTech in 4 years here, right? Without having any backlog here. So you will be having with a target, and the target you got achieved also. Achieved or not? Done or not? No backlogs, right? Okay, very perfect. So at least we completed one milestone here. Very perfect. So milestone, the targets what we have to achieve it. So in BTech that achievement is done. Now you are in Amirpet. What is your achievement? What is it? Getting the job is achievement. That is what the target you will be having it. So that is the reason you are doing the training program and sleeping in a classroom also here. Because we have the target here. What is the target you have? Getting the job and sleeping in the classroom here. Very final target you have. Online students are available or sleeping? Online students can respond in the chat window. At least yes or no. Available or not. All the online students can respond in the chat window. Don't go for sleeping or any other activities. Need to be active in the class. All the online students. Very perfect. Okay. Done. Right. So don't sleep it, guys. I can understand afternoon timing is little bit difficult, but you have a target is there. What is the target you have? Sleeping target. Getting the job is a target here. So that is what your milestone. So considering with the milestone says targets. I mean, what test lead has to be do is this particular test lead need to be get prepared. What are all the achievements need to be done as part of that particular project here. So this particular test lead need to be get taken care about in documenting with all these particular things here. Very serious you are in the sessions. Any clashes done with the girlfriend? Last 2-3 days I'm seeing it very seriously. Will be coming, sitting in the last and then doing something. No, right? No girlfriend. Then no issues at all. Okay. Right. So the one we got deliverables and then taking with milestones. Okay. What is the next one here? What is it? Defect management. The meaning of this particular one, as a tester, our main target, our main job role, we need to be get identify the bugs here. Once we got identify the bugs, how to report that bug? We are not fixing the bug. I mean, tester is not fixing with the bug. As a tester, will just take care about in identifying with the bugs only. Once we got identify the bugs, once we got identifying with the bugs, how to report that particular bugs. Once you report it, how we can retest that particular bug, how we can track it. As simple as related to the bugs, what are the steps need to be done, what are the activities need to be done, taking care by defect management. I mean, see the main heading. Our heading is mentioned that test plan. The plan need to be done to complete all the testing activity. To complete with the whole testing related to that particular project, this particular test lead need to be get coming up with providing all these particular points here. You are not preparing, but you have to aware of that in explaining about all these particular points here. If interviewer is asking that, explain test plan, need to be get comfortable in explaining about all these particular points here. So that is what they got an option, considering the defect management, and then considering the dependencies. Under the dependencies, what is the first one you got? What is the first one? Personal dependencies. What is the meaning of personal dependencies? That is personal, sir. As simple as, in general, you guys will not be coming the sessions regularly. If Suresh sir is asking that why you are not attending regularly, you guys will give the best answer. What is the best answer? Not personal problem. One more answer is there. Fever. Very perfect. Fever. The very best answer I will be saying that fever. In school also fever here. College also fever. B.Tech also fever. Amirpet also. High-tech city also. Fever. Very perfect here. There is no other option for that, right? I mean, when you guys are working in the IT, so suddenly you will be keeping the leave for 2 days or 3 days here. So test lead or manager will be asking that what happened. In simply will drop on an email, not feeling well here. Okay. But you are doing lot of other things here. But in the email clearly mentioned that not feeling well, suddenly you will be taking the leave for 3 to 4 days here. But already test lead has been decided that you are available in the team according to that plan has been done. But these kind of sudden leaves will be there because of you are not available for 4 days or 5 days. The work what has been planned for that person, we cannot kept in a hold till the time of your coming back here. What is the work has been planned? That particular work, it's need to be get shared with other team members and they need to be get complete that particular work. So these kind of things, it will be saying that personal dependencies here. I mean, whenever you are working in the project, because of these kind of things only, whenever the test plan has been prepared or before preparing with the test plan, the test lead will be asking to each and every team member saying that, do guys have any further plan for the next 2 to 3 months here? If you are giving with the plan, according to that, he will be coming up with how the test plan need to be done. As simple as the meaning of personal dependency in the team, in case of any person has been sent for vacation for more number of days, the work what he has to do, it need to be get taken care by other team members. So other team members got a dependency. That is what we used to be get mentioning that personal dependencies here. Okay. After that, what is the next one? What is it? Software dependency. Meaning of software dependency? What kind of browsers you require? What kind of operating system you require? The client has to be clearly mentioning that is that your application need to be tested only in one browser or need to be tested in multiple browser. That multiple browser, any specific version or multiple version. In a similar way, operating system, any one operating system or multiple operating system. So what kind of things need to be tested? All that particular information need to be provided. Apart from that, sometime there is a chance need to be get install any of the specific software. For example, nowadays if you look into most of the application, they will clearly mention that install the JDK of specific version. Then only that software will be working. Otherwise it will not be working. So all those kind of things, it will come under software dependencies. So what that particular test lead has to do is As part of that particular project, to test that project, what kind of software is required, what kind of operating system required, what kind of browsers required, all those information need to be get provided under software dependencies. Then you got the next one. What is the next one? What is it? Hardware dependencies. What are the things of hardware dependency? What is it? Hard disk. Nothing but in simple your laptop. That hardware dependency is your laptop. Assume that your laptop is working very slow. If your laptop has been not working properly or working very slow, we cannot continue the testing here. So you need to have a very proper configuration of the laptop. So that is what it is mentioning about hardware dependency. Your laptop, your internet connection, your sitting chair, all these particular things will come under hardware dependencies. As part of the test plan, to test that particular project or to get access that particular project, what are the minimum requirements, all that information need to be get provided as part of hardware dependencies here. And then you got the next one. What is the next one you got? Test data and database. Test data is very simple. When you are considering with the Gmail, if you want to do the login into Gmail, entering your email ID, entering or not? Once you enter the email ID, next what you will enter? Password. You are entering the email ID and you are entering the password. Whatever the email you are entering and whatever the password you are entering, that particular email and that particular password you can consider as a test data. So that particular email and that particular password considering the test data. Not only email and password. As an example mentioned the email and password here. According to that functionality, whatever the data you are using, so that you can considering the test data here. So the one we got test data. What is another one? What is it? Database. The one you will be consider test data and then taking with database. Related to that project, related to that particular project, what kind of database need to be installed or what kind of database need to be get download or need to install or required, that information need to be provided. As part of the test plan, this particular test lead need to be get taking care about in implementing all these things here. And then we got considering the risk. Meaning of the risk? Meaning of the risk? Problem. I mean, difficulties or challenges. What kind of difficulties we can face to test that particular project? All these are assumption as a test lead. Now you can understand why as a fresher test plan is not prepared. As a fresher level, you cannot think about all these things here. The test lead which is already having good experience, he can come up with taking care about all those things. According to that project, by referring the requirement document, this particular test lead need to be get think about, is there any chance of any challenges while testing this project? Is there any difficulties we can face to test that particular project? Then he got an option of tools here. So these particular tools related to manual testing and related to automation testing. As part of manual testing, what kind of tools need to be used? As part of automation testing, what kind of tools need to be used? That need to be mentioned. So that is what we got, considering the taking with the risk and then taking with tools. See the simple understanding. Functions to be tested. So what are the things we have to test as part of that project? What are the things not required to test as part of that project? Resources. Meaning of resources? Meaning of resources? Employees. For that particular employees, what are all their responsibilities need to be followed? Then we got deliverables. Meaning of deliverables? What kind of documents need to deliver as part of that particular project? As part of that particular project, the documents need to deliver, that will be considering the deliverables here. And then taking with milestones here. So meaning of the milestone? Achievements here. The targets and achievements, we are considering the milestones here. And then taking with defect management. This defect management, how to identify the bugs. Once bugs has been identified, what are the next level activity need to be done? And then we got dependencies. Under that, we got personal dependencies, mentioning the dependency of the team member. Software dependency on what kind of browsers, what kind of operating system, or what kind of versions. Then we got hardware, what kind of laptop has been required. And then we got test data, what kind of the test data need to be used, and is there any database need to be installed. Considering the risk, meaning of the risk, challenges or difficulties, and then taking with tools related to that project, what kind of manual tools related to manual testing, and what kind of automation tools need to be used, it's need to be get provided. So that will be considering the taking with tools. Okay. And then taking with documentation. So this documentation as part of that project, as part of that particular project, what kind of documentations to be done? As part of that particular project, what kind of documentation to be done? I mean, what are all different kind of the documents need to be get prepared? As part of that, what are all different kind of the documents need to be prepared? That will be considering the documentation. Requirement documents will be there. Test scenario document will be there. Test case documents will be there. As part of that particular project, what are all different kind of the documents are there need to be get taken care about in preparing that particular kind of the documents here. Okay. We are not preparing it. As part of the test lead, he need to be get provide list of the document names here. And then we got approval. As simple as, who is preparing the test plan? Who is preparing the test plan? Test lead. Who has to approve the test plan? Who has to approve the test plan? Manager. So manager has to approve the plan here. Plan prepared by lead. That plan need to be approved by manager. Different levels of approvals will be there. According to that project, what are all different levels of approvals are there need to be provided. As simple as entry and exit. Meaning of entry criteria? Meaning of entry criteria. Reference documents. Meaning of exit criteria? Result or output. Okay. And then we got two things here. What is this 18th one? Test suspension. And the 19th one? Resumption. As simple as in a very easy understanding. You guys in general, when you guys are seeing with the news, you will seeing some news saying that one of the government employee has been suspended from the duties here. What is the meaning of that? No, not from removed from the job. I mean temporary, it was kept in a hole. It's not like totally removed here. It's not like totally removed from the job because of some issue. Issue is there, it got suspended for some time. Once that issue has been cleared, then he will be revert back to the duty. As simple as. He was doing the job, it got some issue. Because of some issue, he was removed from the duty and some time he was kept in a hole. That issue got resolved, then he was done with, revert back into the duties. The same thing will be applied. The meaning of this particular test suspension. The meaning of the test suspension is, assume that you guys are working on testing. You are working. Testing is going on. Suddenly, URL has been stopped working. If URL is not working, can we continue the testing? If URL itself is not working, can we continue the testing? No. So because of issue of URL is not working, you have been suspending your testing activity, considering the test suspension. As an example, I done URL. It can be anything. Because of URL is not working, we got suspended that particular testing activity. Once URL has been fixed, you reported that bug. Developer will fix it after 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it can be. Issue will resolve. Once your issue got resolved, again you have to restart your testing activity. As issue got resolved, you have to restart your testing activity. That is what you consider as test resumption. Test suspension. Because of the issue, you was stopping with the testing activity. Not like totally stopping it. You have been kept in a hole. And then it got test resumption. Because of that issue has been clear, you have been restarting that particular testing activity. Then you will be taking with test completion as part of completing that particular project. As part of completing that particular project, you need to be provide some points. This is how we are completing with the testing. That description need to be provided. So all these activities has been taken care by test lead. You are not worried about all those things here, but you have to take care about all these particular points. In case of the interviewer is asking that explain about with the test plan, you guys need to be get comfortable in explaining about test plan here. So all these points need to be explained, not like same order. For understanding, I mentioned this order. At the time of explaining, you can explain in any order. That doesn't make any problem. So this is what mentioned that test plan, we need to be get start with test scenarios. Just have in a heading is test scenario and make a note of this description. Just only the first line. take with the main heading is test scenarios and make a note of that particular description. Just only that first line, not record all the description, just have only the first line. Okay. So this is what our main important one need to be started. Test plan, that just will take care about the details only. As a tester, our main job role is we need to start documenting the scenarios. To document that scenarios, you need to refer the requirement documents, carrying that printouts or not. So tomorrow, day after tomorrow there is no session. Thursday, from Thursday, don't forget about with the printout. We'll refer that requirement document. By having that requirement document, we'll start preparing with the scenarios. So while coming the session on Thursday, carry your printout. Along with that, go through that particular information, what has been provided in the requirement document here. Okay? Clear? Carry on. Thank you. Online students, if you have any questions, you can wait.